It is happening. I think it is. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's assume it's live. Are you all ready? Are you ready to step into, to embrace your own divine essence? There it is. Here it is. There's my YouTube channel giving me feedback. So, your divine, incredible essence as a woman is about to be supported in a great, big, huge way. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first edition of the Women's Spirit Show. As we are gearing up for our Women's Spirit events, I am bringing you some of the incredible, powerful spiritual leaders and teachers to share their wisdom and their light with you. So everybody, welcome in. My first guest, Vireo, is here with us. So pop in the comments down below if you're watching, wherever you're watching, just say hello to our incredible guest. I'll introduce her here in a moment. But Vireo, thank you so much for being here.
My absolute pleasure and delight.
True pleasure and delight. Everyone, you are in for a treat today because Pleasure Coach Vireo, let me introduce her. She is so gifted at bringing sacredness and safety blended with lightness and fun to this often taboo subject of sexuality. So you're all in for a super beautiful treat today. She's the creatrix of the Pleasure Program, and her clients call her the Shame Buster. Vireo, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Such a joy to be with you. You're one of my favorite people.
It's mutual, and I'm so glad that you were able to come on and be interviewed by me. We're gearing up for our Women's Spirit Retreat. It's an online event. We'll tell you all about it later. But I want to introduce you to Vireo and have you meet the speakers and the incredible things that are going on here. So, Vireo, it's one thing for me to tell them about you, but why don't you tell everybody about who you are and what you're up to in your business?
Yeah, so I am Pleasure Coach Vireo, and I actually like to be a little bit fun with that. I will often say, sounds like Cheerio, Vireo like Cheerio, but V like vulva and vagina. So, um, and it's we don't often the words around our feminine and our female anatomy, a lot of them have negative connotation, and women are really uncomfortable saying them. So I'm an introvert. I live in a cabin in northern Alberta, but it was also my way of, especially after COVID, of kind of coming out and like going from isolation and solitude to like, okay, it was really clear during COVID that I was to step up kind of next level, that women needed this even more than ever. And claiming that was like a big piece of that. And it just, I don't know, it awakens something and brought, I guess, maybe the playfulness and also the importance of it. It's like I wanted people to know it's our birthright, and we live in a society that's still, it's a patriarch. It's very focused on the mind and rational. I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about patriarchy in general, and it's the wounded feminine and the wounded masculine. So it's really an opportunity for us to be embodied in our feminine, in our bodies, and reclaim this sacred feminine. And so that's a big piece of what I do is bringing that to women and waking it up in the world right now. Because for me, and I know all the women that I'm blessed to work with in our pleasure program, during those 3 months, 3 years of COVID plus, I think a lot of us had extremes, and extreme sometimes separation and people in opposing views on so many things. And so it's more than ever time for us to bring the feminine, bring intuition, bring love for Mother Earth. So that's a big piece of what I'm up to. And then, one of my missions is to teach women what they don't know about their own female anatomy that I didn't know. And so, and I'm finding that the men are wanting to know as well. The men are coming to me, no pun intended, they're coming to the and asking me, will you teach us as well? Because the men want to be in service. They want to support the feminine. They want us to rise up. So that's a piece of what I'm up to.
So true. It's so important and so deeply needed. Like you say, patriarchy, but we're also like we're cut off, right? It's like we don't have an access to our own bodies, our own anatomy, like you're saying. Like women go through so much. So I'm so glad that you're doing this work. And whenever I talk to you, I have fun too because of all the all the connotations and the puns that we can do. But I seriously, I want to ask you, how did you come to do this work? Like,
Yeah.
were you always like wearing your pussy ears and like embodied in your feminine and just okay with
Nope.
it?
Nope. I was so disconnected from my body. I would say I used to say I lived from the neck up, that I lived from the neck up, but I realized Elizabeth, was not even at all here. I was like out of my body, disassociated, because my first sexual experience was at 10 years old, not by consent. And unfortunately, for a lot of women, we have experiences. It may not be as extreme trauma like I had, or it may be more extreme than what I had, but we have experiences that disconnect us from our body. We have media and society and Western world and religion and so many things that shame the feminine, shame the body. But what happened was I was in, I'll tell more of my story. I won't tell all of it here today because
Yeah,
we
they
have
gotta wait
some
to come to the
clients
Women's Spirit
coming.
Retreat so they
But
can hear all
but
of it.
a piece of it, yeah, a piece of it was, that I was so disconnected from my body. And I started, it's like my soul knew there's got to be something more. And it was a very long, arduous, slow journey for me. Like we're talking decades. And it was after I came out of a 17-year marriage, what would be called sexless. We were having sex once a month, if that. No fault to that first husband. We were the blind leading the blind. Paulo Coelho, in his book 11 Minutes, says most people are having sex for 11 minutes, which I don't know about you, but I'm not even warmed up at 11 minutes. Like my body is not even ready. And most women are having very dissatisfying sex. So I thought I was the only one. That's what I'm going to be honest. I thought after that marriage failed, I felt broken. I felt like a failure. I was sure I'm the only one that's not having satisfying sex. There must be something wrong with me. And then I started discovering, as I awakened to myself and started having more pleasure, and learned a lot of things I'll talk about more in when we gather for women's spirit retreat. But what happened was women started saying, I want what you're having. Like I realized I wasn't the only one. I started to realize that, as a matter of fact, sadly, I would say most women are not experiencing orgasmic satisfying sex. Most women are living in their head, and they're dissatisfied, disconnected. They're not fulfilled. They're not on purpose. They're not accessing their creativity or their intuition. And I wasn't either for, I would say, most of my life. And then I got fed up and I was like, the age I am today, I'm at 62 years young, and I feel and look younger today than I did at 40. And my grandparents on my mom's side died at my age. And I'm like, my life could be over. I need to start living.
Hmm.
So that was like 7 years ago. And I'm like, it's time to live. I am not going to waste another sweet drop of nectar of life. And so I was able to, because the small self would rather just stay and be people pleasing and accepting in my little cabin, but there was a deeper part of my soul that's like, I have a moral, perhaps, responsibility to teach women what they don't know. They don't know because I don't want them to suffer for the decades that I did. And
Yes.
we need women who are on purpose sharing their gifts, just like you're sharing your tremendous gifts, which is why I'm here.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Vera, I'm so glad that you're doing this. And I'm so glad that we have our Women's Spirit Retreat coming up because everyone, you're going to hear Virio's full story and her full teachings as well. We'll tell you about that in a minute. But for those of you who are here with us today and you're relating to this, just put R in the comments for relate. Wherever you're watching or listening to this, put R if you can relate in the comments, or put like a little heart or something. Virio, can you give everybody like one juicy tip, like something that can help them to activate their own pleasure?
I have a gazillion, but let me just tune in and tune one. I actually have right now. One of my clients in our program gave me this beaver cup. She's like, Vireo, you need to have this. And I got my pussy ears. My invitation to you, and this might, for some of you, might be a big leap. So might want to start with small steps, is to start to reclaim those words around our femininity, our female genitals. Most of the words are either used in vulgar ways, degrading ways, disempowering ways. So one of them, and I'm going to tell you, this was actually the hardest one for me to embrace, was pussy. I was like, and there's other people out there that have used the word and done some work. And I didn't like the word because I heard, I have three brothers, and the word pussy was used in a degrading way. And I mean, let's face it, pussies are powerful. There is nothing weak about pussies for so many reasons. I mean, they birth babies. We all came through, most of us, unless you're cesarean, most of us came through a pussy in some form. So start to reclaim those words. And so one of the things I do is when I hear people use the word pussy in a degrading way, like, oh, he was such a pussy, I actually say, unless you are complimenting him and telling him he was one of the most powerful things on the planet, you need to change that word. And I educate people. Now, that might be too big of a leap for some of you. My invitation would be start to claim the word for yourself. Put your hand on your female genitals and just tell yourself, like, I love my pussy. I love my yoni is actually the first word. So maybe you could start with that one. For me, that was the first word that was kind of the safe doorway in. Yoni is Sanskrit for female genitals, and it means sacred passage, cave
I
of
love
wonder.
Heave of Wonders. I love the word yoni. I was just thinking about it the other day, maybe because we're in touch and I'm like thinking about these things more. And I was like, I'm so glad we now have the word yoni because it's actually more true and like it's a beautiful word. So I love this. Like you're encouraging us to reclaim these words that can feel good or fun and to even sit in the discomfort if somebody says pussy or if you put your hands on yourself and you think I love my pussy and it makes you go like Arr! It's like okay, well let's be with that. So I love what you do. We got to talk about the event as well. So thank you for that tip for women. That's incredible. We have something coming up that is magic for all of you. It's called the Women's Spirit Retreat. It's a 3-day online magical awakening for women on the path of the soul. And we have speakers like Vireo and over 20 other amazing spiritual teachers, holistic wellness leaders who are bringing their gifts to you. So we're really excited to invite you all to go to womenspiritretreat.com and join us. Vireo, tell us about what you're offering at the retreat.
Yeah, and I also just want to give a shout out to you, Elizabeth, too, because, I've been part of lots of summits and retreats and forums. And, women, we want to speak our truth and get our message out, but a lot of us were not educated on how to do that in a way that is empowering to us and empowering to the people who are listening and that supports and serves. And so I love that you've been working with all the women who are in the Women's Spirit Retreat. You've been working and supporting us in ways that we can bring our message to those of you who are listening in a way that serves you even more deeply and that is valuing your time. And it also makes us feel more empowered too as speakers. So I've been able to hone my skills and become a better speaker because of you. So I just want to say that you're in for a treat, anyone, with all of the speakers, because Elizabeth has brought this sense of cooperation and connection for women rather than that old paradigm of competition. So we're having some fun games too, and we're also collaborating together, win, 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 win. So my session that I'm offering, I think the title that I'm playing with is called The Naked Truth. 3 of the biggest lies, especially for women over 50, that we've been told about sex.
I'm so excited to learn these and everybody like you need to know these. So what are they going to learn when they come to like or what are they going to experience? So they're going to figure out what those 3 lies are and what else.
Yeah, another piece is ways to transform those lies. And then I have a tremendous gift that is actually going to support in transforming those actually it actually will help and transform all of those lies
I
so
love
that
it.
you can really a big piece is so you can reclaim pleasure as your birthright. It's actually medicine. And most of us have no idea that it's medicine. It's not dessert. It's not extra. It's not something that you get if you ate your meal. It's actually vital for us. So you'll learn some ways of reclaiming that in your life.
I'm excited. I'm titillated for your talk. It's going to be amazing and everyone If you enjoyed this like moment, this brief moment that we have with Vireo, you're definitely going to want to come and join us for the Women's Spirit online retreat. It's 3 days of pleasure, magic, spiritual awakening, soulful transformation with Vireo and our other speakers. And what's different about this event, there's a lot of events out there that have like pre-recorded interviews and it's like a summit. That's not what this is. This is live and in the moment with our speakers, and you're in the room with us, interactive, learning and growing together, breakouts, networking, soulful interactions. Like this event is going to be a powerful, transformative online retreat. So you can join from anywhere in the world. And, we thought about charging for this event. It should be a $500 retreat. But when I got together with the speakers, we were like, how can we make this really accessible for women everywhere? So you can all have it for 100% free. Yes, there's an upgrade that you can choose to have all the speaker VIP bonuses, which is going to be amazing. And you can get in behind the scenes with us and all of the goodies when you upgrade. But we wanted to make it accessible. So it is 100% free. Go to womenspiritretreat.com and claim your free spot while they're still available. So I'm going to see if I put it in the link in the comments here. It should show up in a few places. Plus it should be in the description of this video, or you can just type in womenspiritretreat.com. Women's with an S, spirit, another S, retreat.com. Womenspiritretreat.com. 2 S's in the middle there, everybody. And you can claim your free seat to join us for this event. It's going to be magical. Vireo, what are you most looking forward to about this online retreat?
Oh, I think the collaboration and learning from the other women that are there, and some of them that I've been collaborating with already and meeting and loving, and just rippling this out so that we have more awakened women on the planet that are also inspired to share their gifts. Because I know if you're listening to this, you have gifts as well. So I'm excited that there's going to be so many more awakened women on the planet.
Yes, yes, to women awakening, because then we can make a big difference. And a lot of it starts with being in touch with our own bodies. And Virio's way through her teachings are all about your body and pleasure and reclaiming it as your birthright, Vireo. I love that you're speaking on this. I'm so honored to have you as a speaker. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah, if anybody's thinking of joining, what would you tell them? Should they press that button and say
Oh,
it?
yeah, just do it. You will be, and not only do it, but invite invite your friends, because you'll afterwards you'll be going, oh, I should have told so and so, so and so, and so and so, so and so.
Yes.
So any friends that you care about and you want them to have a shift in their lives, invite them. Just invite. Get together with a couple of girlfriends and watch them together. Like
Do it
let it be a
together, right?
party.
I love that. And it's live and interactive. So you'll be with me and the other speakers and the entire audience that's there together. It's live, interactive, and there will be times when you get together when you're able to share as a community. So we really build a collective community. So this is an online retreat unlike any other that's out there. It's a beautiful point in your summer to come and be with us and be with yourself. And I just realized I said, come and be with us. So there you go, Vireo. We love it so much. Final moment of inspiration. What do you want to leave our audience off with today?
Yeah, just to maybe make a list of some of those words: beaver, pussy, yoni, and just begin to reclaim them. And if yoni resonates with you, then start to connect with your yoni, start to get to know her unique combination, start to love her up. And that's where your power is. Yes. That's
So
where your power is, and your creativity and everything. It's like she is the portal to your life.
beautiful. She is the portal. Vireo, you are the portal to so many women's awakening. I'm so excited to have you. Thank you again for joining me for the Women's Spirit Show. We're excited and ramping up for Women's Spirit Retreat online, July 18th through 20th, everybody. Womenspiritretreat.com. There's 2 S's in the middle. Check the link and it should be in the comments around here as well. Click that and grab your free seat right away. Don't wait. Grab it now because who knows how many free seats we actually have available. So make sure you grab that free seat, bring a sister, bring a friend. And the beautiful thing about that retreat as well is you can make your own schedule and decide when you want to be there, what talks you want to come to. When you register, we'll give you the schedule. It's going to be a powerful awakening. Womenspiritretreat.com. Make sure you grab your spot. Vireo, thank you again for being here with me.
My pleasure.
Mine too. My pleasure as well. Thank you, everybody. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody. Womenspiritretreat.com. Go to it. Womenspiritretreat.com. Now I just got to figure out how to end our live stream because we have an update. So womenspiritretreat.com. Let me check where there's the stop live button. Thanks for joining.